Listen, man, one of my life's mantras is that everything is wrestling. The storytelling, the character development, the decisions that they make all have parallels to life lessons that all of us can adapt. WWE recently moved their signature show, Monday Night Raw, over to Netflix. And I don't think this was strictly a business move. This was a blueprint for navigating change, as WWE and even WWF have always been at the forefront of evolution, adaptability, and these are some life lessons that I want to talk about in today's video. What's going on, everybody? My name is Armond WakeUp. I'm an MC, I'm a life coach, a safe space facilitator, and a communicator of culture in a way that is nuanced and contextual. I just want to thank you for watching today's video. So let's get into this. I've got 3 life lessons that we can all adapt into our everyday lives based off of WWE's move to Netflix. The first rule is that adaptation is necessary for survival and success. WWE has always been ahead of the curve as a business model, and one of those ways was adopting live television as a central key point of its brand. In 1993, Monday Night Raw hit the USA Network, pivoting from the show that got me into wrestling as a kid, primetime wrestling, that was more pre-taped and studio-based. Monday Night Raw was live. They used to call it uncooked, uncut, and uncensored, right? Cable television doesn't have that central foothold on your traditional family home. What I mean by that is, we used to gather around the television as a family and watch sports or a sitcom or an award show. Streaming is king, and at the top of that mountain is Netflix. Netflix has recently pivoted into live events. Chris Rock hosted a live comedy special about a year or 2 ago, and more recently, Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul was hosted live on Netflix. Additionally, Netflix offers flexibility. When Monday Night Raw was on USA or Spike TV in the early 2000s, there are aggressive time slots that each program has to fit within. Now, occasionally they have permission to go over their time, but usually there's a hard stop at 11 o'clock, whereas now Netflix doesn't have those limitations. And reports have come out to say that WWE wants to keep their show around a 2.5 hour mark. But if they need to go to 3 hours or even longer, they've got room to do so. And that allows ample time for character and storyline development. Speaking of characters and storylines, adaptation 100% falls within the WWE universe as it relates to its characters and the stories that they want to tell. Good guys become bad guys. Stories like The Bloodline that have been going on for years have nuance and context that need time in order to be rolled out. And so with that, adaptation is a necessary point for human survival and success. Many of the challenges that we face in life are often unexpected, and adapting means staying flexible and open to new opportunities. This could be learning a skill after a layoff. This could be finding a fresh perspective after a personal setback. And with that, the second life lesson that can be taken from WWE moving to Netflix is to not put all of your eggs in one basket. So not only does WWE's television product exist on Netflix, they also maintain their long-standing relationship with the USA Network by bringing SmackDown over. Their developmental system, NXT, now has a television slot on network television with the CW. Their PLEs, formerly known as pay-per-views, are now hosted on Peacock, which is NBC's streaming service, where they have resurrected Saturday night's main event. They even have a very strong presence on social media. Now, they've recently launched a new YouTube channel called the WWE Vault that highlights behind the scenes footage and rare matches. They recently uploaded a house show main event from like 2002 where Triple H wrestled Tajiri. That's crazy. One thing that I teach my kids is diversification of income, not relying on one source of revenue, not relying on one skill set, not relying on one relationship. Because if that skill set becomes dated or if you lose that one source of revenue, or if that one relationship ends, it can leave you vulnerable. Diversification creates security. Having a wide range of skills that can serve you across a wide range of platforms and create a wide range of opportunities for you to be successful. And the third and final life lesson that we can take from the WWE moving to Netflix is knowing when to pivot. Even Netflix itself started off as a DVD rental company, and this was during the time where Blockbuster Video was king, and I miss Blockbuster so much. Blockbuster had the opportunity to purchase Netflix, and they didn't, and they ended up getting left behind, not recognizing that media was shifting to more digital formats, and physical media was on the outs. When I really got into wrestling, WWE was very much, and WWF at the time, it was very much a family-friendly show. Hulkamania told you to say your prayers and eat your vitamins. They had larger-than-life characters like the Legion of Doom and Demolition, the Ultimate Warrior, right? But as the smoke cleared from the steroid trial in the early to mid-90s, what came from that was the new generation. And the new generation was the era of smaller wrestlers, wacky characters like Doink the Clown and Bastion Booger, right? And a lot of wrestling fans look back on that time as dark days. Personally, I don't, but I was also like 9 years old. Infamously in 1998, to keep up with the growing popularity of WCW and their NWO storyline, as well as the growing popularity of ECW and their form of more extreme, violent, overtly sexual, and raunchy wrestling product, WWE opts for the Attitude Era, which leveraged some traits that made their competitors successful and brought it to the WWE universe. So what that says to me is both WWE and Netflix know how to adapt, know how to pivot. And when I think of instances like Hulk Hogan getting booed on the premiere episode of Monday Night Raw, not only taking Hogan off of TV, but also allowing someone like CM Punk to lean into it during a promo, putting a new wrestler like Penta in a featured spot after getting largely positive feedback from his debut, only symbolizes future success for both brands and the product. Learning when to pivot in life is so crucial. When do you leave that stagnant job for something new? When do you make that leap to start that business? When do you end that toxic, unproductive relationship? A lot of us struggle with the idea of pivoting or stopping feeling like success, but it's merely a recalibration to set you up for the next season in your life. So those are the 3 life lessons that I was able to gather from the WWE moving over to Netflix. If any have come to mind for you, please leave a comment. I love wrestling and I love talking about the nuance and the psychology of wrestling. So this will be a space for that. What has been your favorite moment of WWE on Netflix? Anything as it relates to the product, man, leave a comment. I love to hear from you and talk to you about it. My name is Armond WakeUp and everything is wrestling. Thanks for your time.